It literally, like I said, I came back 2 days later, boom. It was like, no, ma'am, we want you to go.
And then the thing is, well, a lot of times we'll interpret a closed door as the enemy, rather than attempting to even see God's hand. Because the closed door could mean, if you just turn to the left a little bit, there's an open door right there.
No, that's
You know what I mean? But we'll sit at the closed door, and we'll lament at the closed door, and we'll cry at the closed door, and we'll scream at the closed door, and we'll beat on the closed door.
This is literally my life, baby. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a current working entrepreneur, I always search for other opportunities within my field, within elsewhere, whatever. But it's like lately, I'm like, well, why do stores keep closing? I don't know what brander is waiting on the other side for me, but it gotta do something. And I have goosebumps saying it, literally. Like,
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. Whenever you watch this, this is a special edition of Hope Message Breakfast Club. I am Yolanda Freedom Marks, and this is Saphira, and she is going to be our special new Hope Ambassador for this evening. Again, this is a special edition. We don't normally do this. Normally, Hope Message Breakfast Club is literally doing breakfast time on a Saturday morning, but we're doing a special edition because I really wanted to get you on this live. I really want to get you on this live. And so I'm going to let you introduce yourself for a minute, but I have to hype you up for a second. So we are in her shop, and it's in, area is this?
Glenolden.
We're in Glenolden, and what happened was how we met. First of all, she knows my daughter, Erica. And Erica sent me here to get my makeup done for a Shark Tank that was at the Church Christian Compassion for their Shark Tank, right? I was in their entrepreneur class. I came here, we had a wonderful conversation, and I was like, I need to have you on Hope Message Breakfast Club. And I was like, but I don't want to interrupt your clientele on Saturday mornings, so we need to do a special edition. So we're here now. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself from here on, but I just had that moment, those moments that we got to share together that day, it just meant so much to me, and I felt your heart and your journey. And we're happy to be in this Business Masterclass series. And we said, this is so fitting. So please introduce yourself, tell us what you do, and tell us, your name and all that good stuff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Saphira, also go by Fira, owner of Fair Fierce Beauty and Grooming Lounge, owner of Fair Fierce on all platforms. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, everything you can think of.
I don't know what Threads is, but okay.
It's new. It's a new part of Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, social media. Yeah, continuously moving.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then you update on it.
And I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. So I'm a content creator. I am a entrepreneur. I own Fair Fierce Beauty and Grooming Lounge. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, professional makeup artist. I think that's it.
Okay.
I get into hosting every now and again. I'm a mother. I'm a mom of a girl, a little girl. She's 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. I think that's it.
We're going to go through the journey because as we were talking, as she was doing my makeup, right, and she gave me a nice little soft beat. And, one thing that I loved about our conversation was your humility, right? And also your courage, right? So it was humility and courage that attracted me to you as the reason why I want to do one our business masterclass series on Hope Message Breakfast Club. And it's about your journey. So if you could walk us through, because I remember some of your journey, right? As to what pushed you to come to open this, and what was on the inside of you said that you could do.
Okay.
So let's start there.
Okay. So I can pretty much open up about what I said to you.
Okay.
About how I got here. So I've always wanted to do something for myself. I just wasn't sure what exactly. I think I started makeup in 2013 in college. It was just something, to pass by stress and just to put my mind off of the studies and things like that. I want to say fast forward to 2018, I started a job with a company that I will not disclose their name. They are closed now. And then I think, well, we're gonna get there. Like it's ironic.
We're going to get there.
I think 2019, I ended up getting fired from the job. And at the time, I was about 14 weeks pregnant with my first child. I still only had one child. And at the time, I was still married at that time as well. I am now divorced. But at that time, like I said, I was thinking like, oh, I have a career. So
I had that career in.
I was a service coordinator.
Okay.
But I always did makeup and hair on the side at the time, so I was still finishing up hair school, getting my license and everything like that.
Right.
So I was thinking to myself, like, I could do this. Like, I have a job, I have a car, I have a house, I'm good. Like, I can take care of this baby. Literally 2 days after I spoke to HR to just get, like, information on, like, what the process is of maybe increasing my insurance and how FMLA goals or what benefits do I have of being pregnant. Mm-hmm. 2 days later, after coming from the weekend, I think that Monday I got fired. I went on 2 visits. I came back from my visits, and I stepped into the office, and I was literally escorted out the job as if I stole something. Wow. So it's not funny. I just laughed at awkward situations. But in the moment, I just felt almost embarrassed because I was like, what did I do?
Yeah, how dare you?
Yeah, they did put me in the office and said whatever they said, but I was just like, in the moment, I was just so shocked and I didn't know what to do or say. I didn't say anything really because, I can't be like, oh, give me my job. Like, I don't own the place. It's not my job, really. So it's like, it is what it is, whatever. So I think I called my mom and my stepfather, and I was, hysterically crying, what am I going to do? Like, I have a baby on the way. What am I going to do? Like I said, at the time, I had a husband as well, so I called him, too. And everyone was just like, all right, calm down. My parents told me what to do, though. My parents were just like, oh, that doesn't sound right. You need to call my lawyer. Mm-hmm. So I just called their lawyer, told him the whole story, and he was just like, oh, no, this doesn't sound right. A case was started. Fast forward to 2022, the case was closed. I ended up winning for wrongfully termination of being pregnant. The act 19 or something like that. It's a thing. You can't, not that they fired me for pregnancy, but it was they were, anyway, so you get where I'm trying to go with this.
Right.
So, fast forward to that, I was like, you know what? I was already in my pregnancy. I didn't see the point of getting a job at that point. Neither did my mom. So my mom was like, you know what? I'm going to help you out. The family just helped me out with extra bills that I may have had. And I was just grinding and hustling from that point. I think I went to hair school full time at that point. And thankfully I was able to do all of that. I went to hair school full time at that point. I was taking clients on the side. Keep in mind, my stomach is growing and I'm getting bigger. But I was hustling so crazy and in school at the same time that people were just like, they didn't even know I was pregnant. Up until I want to say I blew up at the end at 7, 8 months. They were like, wait, you're pregnant? Looking at
this whole time?
We were all black.
Okay.
So I had to touch my belly so people could see, oh, snap, you're pregnant. You don't move like you're pregnant. I'm like, I feel pregnant. I was very,
but
I very much was pregnant. So like I said, I was hustling. Then COVID hit in 2020.
Okay.
I was still pregnant. I was at the end of my pregnancy at this point. My daughter was due end of April. She came out May 2nd. So school ended up being virtual. Gave birth to my child, everything like that. It didn't interfere with school because I think we had a week or two off until we figured things out with school. Okay. So school ended up being on Zoom. So with that being said, I was like, I'm going to take clients. So I would be, literally, my phone would be propped up. And this is after 1 month after dropping my baby. I don't recommend doing this, by the way, but I just had to do what I had to do.
Right.
So I had my phone propped up doing school, and I'm literally cutting hair on people's doorsteps, at their house, taking appointments. Now, I wasn't going to anyone's house. Wow. I was only taking appointments with people that I personally know. I know a large community of referrals and things like that. So I was doing that type of thing. Once I came to a point where random, because I service both men and women. Okay. So once random men started reaching out to me that I didn't know, I'm like, okay, let me take a step back. Let me see what's going on here. And I was like, all right, I think I need to work at a shop or something like that.
Right.
I'm like researching prices of shops. I'm calling people. I'm like, hey, how much do you charge weekly rent or whatever, commission? And the prices to me was outrageous. I was like, if I put $100 on this weekly or for the month,
So initially you were thinking about
a chair,
Right,
and I was
okay.
thinking like maybe if I add between 100 to 3, I might could get a shop.
Right.
Let me see.
Now, how much was a chair?
I think like at that time it started at like 150 to 250 a week. But at that time for me,
that was a lot.
It's not that it was a lot. It was more. It was a lot.
I think what my account. So I mean, my calculator.
It was a lot for me at that time.
$600.
Yeah, but for the month, I was like, well, if I add a couple extra hundreds, I can pay my own. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Now at this time, I had a little money saved up because it's this thing called Susu. I'm Haitian, so I'm first generation Haitian. So my mom had me in a Susu with her. She owns it or whatever.
Okay.
So I had some money saved up with that, and then I think my grandma like lent me some so I can get the first month, last month rent for this place.
Okay.
So then once I got the place, I was like, okay, great, I got the place. But I didn't have no money to fund anything. But guess what? God had a plan for me. Mm-hmm. So I think there was the PUA at the time, and I had a professor or a teacher in cosmetology school, Miss Angie. So shout out to Miss Angie. She was like, oh, you're not working right now? Oh, I know some of y'all not working right now, or maybe y'all haven't worked in the past. Look up PUA. I'm like, what's that? Look it up. Do it today, y'all. Matter of fact, pause what we're doing right now and just pull it up so you can do it when we're done class. I'm like, okay, cool. So I got on, did my little PUA. Guess how much money they gave me? $32,000.
I'm sorry.
I did it. I think it was like 28 between 28 and 32. I don't really remember. 1,000. Yes. When people were buying cars, doing illegal stuff, doing all types of crazy stuff, I was doing this. I was putting all that money into this. Cash money. You see that? And the crazy part is I was going like, they said I got accepted, but I don't know, like, am I supposed to get a check? Like, what's supposed to happen? So there was this old unemployment card that I had that I just ruffled up and found it. One day, I was like, let me call to see if there's a balance on here. I promise you, I almost started crying. I called, and the balance was like, you have the balance of whatever, I don't know, 28, 32, something between that, $1,000. I was like, at the time, I lived with my in-laws. I ran to my mom-in-law, and I was like, guess what? We went to go shopping for my shower. At this point, I had the shop party for like a week, and I'm like, it was a mess in here. I'm serious. This is exactly how it happened. That's exactly, like, I've never told this story. I wanted to hop on YouTube and share my story. But like, this is the best way to do it. Like, this is the first time anybody all out there is getting my story.
Yeah, because I didn't get this when we was on my makeup. I'm like, this is something.
This is the juicy.
Oh my
goodness! That's how it happened. And it's like, yeah, it sounded like it was so easy, but it wasn't. But when God has a plan for you, things really just connected out effortlessly. Let me finish the story right here, though. So I got the shop in July. I had my grand opening in September. I think I took my official grand opening in September. So I think I took my test the day before my official grand opening, my state board test. I planned my test a month out. Mind you, I had an infant child that's 2-3 months at this point. So I didn't really have time to study for the test. What I did was I made sure I did good throughout the whole year. And when I studied, all I did was read my textbook for like 30 minutes if I could. Like 15 to 30 minutes every day. Mind you, my daughter's climbing in my book, all over me, running over my head. Like, I'm serious. Like, if some of y'all are watching that follow me and been following me for a while, I was literally posting in the midst of, y'all, I'm studying for my state board. Look, my daughter right sitting in my book was literally, like, she was sitting on top of my textbook trying to rip my paper too. Like, so like I said, so I went in, mind you, I just want to show y'all how strong God is too, powerful God is. If you don't believe in something, please believe in something. And I said this at my grand opening. So, I set my test. I put in my phone, instead of saying like the day I take my state board, I put in my phone, I was intentional. I said the day I become a licensed cosmetologist. I had no idea I was
Speak
actually
those things
gonna
that
do
be
it.
not as though they were.
I
Come
really
on.
didn't know I was gonna do it. I thought I was gonna do it, but I didn't. I'm like, oh no. Like, I just didn't know.
Well, it's best to speak it than to, be like, I don't know.
Yeah. So I went in, took the test, and my heart was pounding. So I'm just clicking through. Screen went black, and I felt like that screen went black for 20 minutes. It probably was like 1 minute, but it felt 20 minutes. So I'm like, what? What's going? I like it doesn't say pass or fail in front of you. You just gotta wait. You have to take like this long walk of shame to where you enter. Well, at that time, I don't know if they still do it this way. And then they tell you if you pass or fail. So I was literally like going crazy, and I'm like, the lady was just, I was shaking inside. She was like, yes. I was like, I started crying because in that moment, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I literally put my hands, I was like, thank you, God. And I was like, oh. I took a deep, like a exhale.
Yeah.
And I was like, like, she has no idea what my story was, and I wasn't going to tell her. But in my head, I was just thinking, like, oh my God. Literally, like, oh my God. This is crazy.
I got to backtrack.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, by faith,
literally,
you rented a space that you didn't even have a license to
I didn't even
run.
have a license to run at the time yet. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's faith for you. That's
I can't get this
literally
up.
walking by faith.
Can't
Not only that, but so now by faith, you rented a space that you didn't have a license to run. By faith, then miraculously, you applied for the application that the teacher, you were obedient.
Mm-hmm.
She told you to apply, you were obedient. You weren't just a hearer of the word, it was the word that she gave. You were also a doer. And so you did what she said, you applied, then God blessed you with the money. So you already had the place, but it wasn't furnished like it is now. You didn't have no couch, no chairs, no.
This place was a mess when I got it. I have if you guys follow me on YouTube, Fierce, literally it's just PHIRA, PH space PHIERTE on YouTube, RCE on YouTube. I had the start to finish of One to Shop, what it looked like before, and then how it ended up. Like,
so you had to actually
it looked a mess.
Do work in here to get it to look like this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
it looked a mess.
So by faith, you got money, you were a good steward over it. You got the place done and the equipment purchased.
Yeah.
By faith and good stewardship and discipline, because you could have been out there doing like the other people said that you mentioned with the cars and all that other stuff like that. But you invested in your future.
Yep.
And so for those reasons right there, you have what you have today.
Yeah.
Continue your story. I just have to pause and break that down.
Yes. That's exactly how it happened. And so, like I said, the next day, I said exactly what I'm telling you guys. Not like the whole, like how I got to that point, but I was like, y'all, if y'all don't believe in something, I said it just like that right out here. Said if y'all don't believe in something, I promise today, I don't care what you need to believe in something today that has your faith. And I was like, because I'm only here by faith. I was like, I believe in God. I don't know what, I'm like, look, y'all need to believe in God. I'm telling you, I'm here because of God. I'm like, I told them how I put it in my phone the day I become a licensed cosmetologist, and everybody was like, oh my gosh. And then we walked in, and then it was this. So yeah, that's what it was. That was my story. And at that point, I think my daughter was 6 months, so she was there with me too. Little baby being passed around. So yeah, that's how I'm here. Yeah, it's definitely been a journey. It's definitely been a journey.
And you said that while we were talking, you said it wasn't easy.
No,
right.
It was a lot of. I feel like mentally it has been a lot. Like just even starting from that point, because I feel like at that time my marriage was shaky too. It was. So going through personal issues, first time pregnancy, first time mom, postpartum is real, and I'm an entrepreneur. It has been a lot. Like I still got a lot going on. Like, but I'm here. I'm still here, 4 years strong. Yeah, I think July 2nd made it officially 4 years since I signed my lease. September 15th will make the official since it's been grand opening. So yeah, 4 years I've been there.
That's awesome. I just gotta praise God.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
and that was another thing too. You know, as you are my daughter's, friend, associate. I don't.
Yeah.
Everywhere. So, yeah, just generation y'all play right. So, awesome. Like friends, so if you heard of college friend.
Yeah. We're not. Yeah.
College friend.
Yeah.
And when she suggested me to you, I told you the story about the other person she suggested me to you.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what did you do? And she was like, I don't know why I'm just gonna get rid of. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But this one was a good moment. Yeah, I felt like it was a holy moment. I felt like it was a moment where, that God was in the midst of the conversation.
Yeah.
And it was a God appointment. It wasn't just an appointment.
You know what's crazy? It's not crazy, but I believe, it's that thing. I'm really trying to be careful with my words these days. I believe that it is deeper in here. I don't know if you guys follow deeper in here. She's an amazing hairstylist as well. Shout out to her. I love her. I think her name is Keen. She's a Philly hairstylist. Anyway, I know why she calls her brand deeper than hair, because it's deeper than hair. It's for me, now correct me if I'm wrong, but I literally believe 98% of my clientele, even if they've never sat in my chair and just like talk to me, I'm really a healer. Like people come to me not just to get their hair done. They come to me to talk. And it's like, sometimes I'm really like, oh, I can't do this today. Like, I got my own problem. But I've heard it all. Like, I've heard crazy stories that I just have to take for the grave type stuff. Right. And these are people that I've built relationships with, that I call friends today, that I'm at their baby showers, their weddings, fortunately, I've never been to no funerals yet, but God forbid, it wouldn't be far-fetched if I ever did either. Like, maybe someone's mom funeral. I'm like people's therapist that's unlicensed. So, like you said,
I feel like one of the themes that we've had here in the Business Masterclass series is ministry and marketplace. Mm-hmm. So, what you're operating in is ministry and marketplace, right? Because, well, we already know that barbershops and hair salons, they are
it's therapeutic.
Right.
Yeah. It's therapeutic.
And you do it, for others, for some people, it's the bar, right? They go there and they just... Because here's the thing, it's something I say all the time, people don't have anyone to listen to. They don't have anyone to talk to, which is one of the reasons why depression is so high in the United States, because we don't have someone that actually really listens.
Yeah.
So our friends, right, and our family, they listen to speak, or they listen to correct, or they listen to get their point across. Mm-hmm. They're not really listening. They're hearing what you say, but they're not listening. Now
I listen to understand. Yeah. I try to understand. Yeah.
And that is called what I call the ministry of presence. By the time that God has allowed them to be either in your makeup chair or in your natural hair care chair.
Yes. Natural everything.
Yes. Natural hair care. In that space and time that God has allowed them to come, it is a place of healing, because being heard allows you to be healed, right? Because you can feel like someone actually is connecting with me and giving me something that I needed. And it's not money, and it's not a gift. It is just being understood. And that right there is a gift all within itself. And a lot of people, they hurt other people because they're not understood, and they hurt themselves because they're not understood nor they hurt. Yeah. So what you're providing is a ministry, right? And you're absolutely right. And it does provide healing.
It does. Yeah, I see that. I'm not going to say any names for the privacy of my clients and stuff, but I feel like I have clients that come to me and start at a low point, and then I'm not going to be sitting here like, oh my gosh, I did this today. No, right. But I feel like when they see me, at least on a monthly basis, I can see the progress. In like the 2-year mark where I'm like, they're a little brighter.
Yeah.
They're a little better.
Right.
Or like they just genuinely know they can like just come to me and just share different things and just, they feel good here. Like you could see them just come here and like, huh? It's like, especially men. Like I have my guys come in here where they won't talk to anybody out there. They'll come here and tell me things that I'm like, okay. At least you share it with someone.
Right.
Because, like, black men got hard. That's hard. So, like, if I'm just that one ear for them and they can just keep kilo, because men don't open up. They do not open up. But I feel like when they're in my presence, men and women, they just open up like I'm their best friend, and I'm just like,
This is a safe space.
It is a safe space. That's why I have my little Erica Badu vibe. Like my little African nest vibes.
And the thing is, because this is your space, whatever you want in yours.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's one of the things too that as I was sitting there over there, I was like, I respect this. You know what I mean? I respect this.
You.
And it's another word, I admire this. I admire it because I understand what it takes to get here. And it takes faith, yes, but it also takes courage. You know what I mean? It takes courage to look past your fear, right? And to do what God has called you to do despite anything else. You know what I mean? But in your case, you were pushed into it, and then God blessed you on the other side.
Like, y'all, just listen to this real quick, too. I forgot to mention this part. In my head, when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, okay, I got a job, everything. I was checking off I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so my plan is, because at the time, I was always side hustling. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to just take off my leave. I'm going to do that, and I'll come back for like 4 to 6 months. So then I'll like plan my leave, and then I'll be good. Nope, God had other plans. It literally, like I said, I came back 2 days later, boom. It was like, no, ma'am, we want you to go.
And then the thing is, well, a lot of times we'll interpret a closed door as the enemy, rather than attempting to even see God's hand. Because the closed door could mean if you just turn to the left a little bit, there's an open door right there.
No, that's
You know what I mean? But we'll sit at the closed door, and we'll lament at the closed door, and we'll cry at the closed door, and we'll scream at the closed door, and we'll beat on the closed door.
This is literally my life, baby. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a current working entrepreneur, I always search for other opportunities within my field, within elsewhere, whatever. But it's like lately, I'm like, well, why does those keep closing? I don't know what brander is waiting on the other side for me, but it gotta be something. And I have goosebumps saying it, literally. Like, I don't know.
That's faith talk, though. You can only say that because one, and this is what I love. I love the fact that as we walk by faith and not by sight, and as we continue to walk with God and find out what His plan is for us, what happens is the faith that you can look back on with the opening of this shop is the faith that you grab onto when you're looking forward to the future. And whatever door you're facing right now, you're holding on to. But God, I remember when you did this. And so because you did this, God, and you're the same God today, yesterday, and forevermore, if you did this, I believe you're going to do that.
Yeah.
And if you don't, it's because if that door stays shut, it's not for me. And it's okay. And it is well with my soul.
And that's what I have to tell myself. Literally.
It is well with my soul because, again, you don't want what God doesn't have for you.
No.
If your name is not written on it, I don't own it.
No.
If your name is written on something on that table, in life and in the spirit, I don't want it.
No.
I want what God has for me. Because I'm going to be anointed to handle that. And that's another reason why you can't be jealous. You can't be coveted. That's why our Father says don't covet what other people have. You don't want to covet what they have because, one, you don't know what it took for them to get it.
No, you don't.
You don't know what it took for them to get it.
No, you don't.
And two, you don't know what it's taking for them to maintain it. And three, you don't have the anointing to maintain anything that they have.
No.
You don't. And so this shot right here, it had your name on it.
Yes, it did. No, I'm going to tell y'all another story. So we just got a new, I don't know, property manager.
Okay.
So I think when the owner was selling the place, I was like, that means rent gonna go up. Shoot, they might try to kick me. Whatever. I don't know. I just was preparing for whatever.
Right.
So, like, fast forward to now, we have a new property manager, and I've transitioned pretty good into this new management and everything like that. But I was fearful at first. I was like, what's going on? What's going to happen? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
But I'm still here. Like, I'm good. I'm fine.
Right. And the enemy will try to put different things in our way to help us, to make us doubt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Doubt and fear is the biggest
To
enemy.
make us doubt whatever God has given us and to make us abort it.
Yeah.
Because if he can put enough doubt in you, then you could abort it yourself. Because you're like, I'm just getting up and I'm just going to move it. But I ain't even hearing from that side.
Yeah.
That's something that God always challenges me with. He says, you never even asked. You never even inquired how much is it. You didn't even do that part. Well, I just think it's going to be too much. You didn't do that. You don't know what I can do on the other side. Just ask. And but it's fear that keeps you from asking somebody. And so that's why when I see entrepreneurs, when I'm looking at this Business Masterclass series and all of the entrepreneurs that we've had on here, everyone has the same theme. It is faith. Faith is the currency of it.
I'm telling you.
Faith is, and then I thought about this. I said, faith is the currency of heaven because God is what? Faithful. Because He is faithful, that's why that's the currency. It's not the US dollar, it's not the euro, it's not anything else but faith. And faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. That's what the word God says.
Yeah.
That's why I thank God for your faith. Because I'm looking at faith manifested. I'm sitting in faith manifested. I'm sitting in your space. You ain't got to call the boss and say, can we for the interview here?
Oh, yeah.
You are the boss.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Hey, like, I love that for you. You know what I mean? And I really felt like that needed to be highlighted. Especially, people in your field and with your skin color and your age. Right?
Yeah, I started young. I'm still young, but I started young. Like, when I told people what I did, they were like, impressive. It's just like that. Like,
now you said this. You use this as an event space too.
yeah. So I've had I think 2 events here so far. Well, actually, no. If I count my daughter's birthdays too, I had her birthday too. I had her first birthday.
And did you move the chair?
I did. So I moved these chairs back,
Mhm.
and then I think I put like a line of tables here, so it could be like a stopper for. So you don't really look. I don't know. Like I decked this place out. It was decorated. Balloons. It just looks different. It looks completely. It doesn't look like a salon when you come in here.
Wow.
So that's just one event that I've had.
Okay.
So her first birthday, I had her second birthday here.
Mhm.
All
All
of my
this
youth
space, I'm getting all my money.
Oh yeah, for sure. And especially when clean. Instead of having people come to your house, we break stuff.
Mhm.
My house gets super hot when it's a bunch of people in it. So it's just like I'm just gonna have it here because then I can just easily sweep,
Right.
wrap it up, throw stuff out, and boom, we're done. Like breakdown was so easy, setup was so easy.
So would you rent it out to other people to use?
I would. I definitely would for no like big brand thing, but just like a small intimate thing. I've also had a pop-up shop here, my own pop-up shop where I had a few vendors. They came and sold their products as well. I promoted it across all my platforms just to shed some light on other Black-owned businesses or just any small-owned business.
Wow.
I've had a garage sale here with another fellow entrepreneur, Nail by Noelle.
Mhm.
Shout out to her. She is my nail tech.
Okay.
And that's it so far. I am planning on having another pop-up shop, hopefully in September.
Okay.
So if any vendors, anybody with any businesses interested, just reach out, let me know. So yeah, I'm definitely planning on other events here, and I would definitely be willing to share space with any and whoever as well. Just hit me up, let me know. Yeah.
Okay. So now you did my makeup over here, and then you do natural hair care over here. Now, when you say natural hair care, what does that cover?
So for natural hair care, so I do all skins, all races, all everything, but most of my clientele, 98% of it is African American, Black, Caribbean, whatever you want to go by. So natural hair care for me looks like if it's a weave that you're more comfortable in, great. I want you to keep your weave. I want you to continue to do that, but I also want to assess your hair and make sure these weaves aren't too tight and pulling on your natural hair. Where if you do want to wear your real edges out, you can do that without you feeling like, oh my gosh, my edges are super thin or whatever.
Right.
Or if it's locks that you like to maintain, I want to just make sure, I want us to make sure as a team, because it is a team effort being a hairstylist. I want to make sure that we're doing the best things possible to keep your locks the most healthiest, long, thick, lustrous way that it should be. If it's, I don't know, if it's a wig that you like to do, okay, great. Like wigs, great. We can continue to do those, but let's make sure we're doing something to also have your natural hair breathe sometimes. So what are we doing in between to help? So I'm actually one of those, I would consider myself an old school hairstylist. I was trained by old school hairstylists, one of them being Saphira. She owns Beauty Lounge, I think near 63rd Street. Shout out to her. I think her shop is called the Beauty Lounge. So she's one of my mentors, I would say. MXL, this is one of my certifications here. He's one of my mentors. I would consider him an old school barber. I learned my barbering skills from him.
Okay.
I think he's based in Virginia now, or not Virginia, oh my gosh, Las Vegas now. He travels back and forth from Philly to Las Vegas. So he has a base in Vegas. Also, he still has his shop in Philly, 50th in Westminster. So he's one of my people as well. So he's always taught me about natural hair care, natural hair. I also have another stylist I used to work for way back in the day when I was in college. She taught me a lot of stuff that I know as well, like old school shampooing and how you should take care of your clients as a whole because that's what keeps them coming back. The style is cute. If you know how to do hair, cute, like whatever, like anybody. But everybody don't know how to take care of hair to continue to get your hair grow, help you feel like you're being nourished, equitable, and stuff like that. That's something I take pride in, which is why I built my clientele to what I have today. So because I care about people's hair.
I love that. I feel like a lot of just do hair to make money, but not like you just described it. I want to take care of your hair.
No, I literally could go weeks without getting clothes. Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like entrepreneurship is not this glorified thing that you guys see on social media. We can make $1,000 in a night and then not see no money for the next 2 weeks. Literally, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So if I didn't have a passion for what I do or care for people's hair, I would not still be here. No, I wouldn't. I would have wrapped this up a while ago. It's been like, I'm going back to work. I literally was saying today, I was like, a W-2 don't sound bad. Like for real. Like anybody, like, because this is crazy. Like, God, where's the money?
Like, where the
I
clients
need the money.
Right.
Even if it's not clients, like if it's my content, I need something.
Yeah.
I had all these seeds planted, and it's just like, where is
The harvest. Yeah, it's an harvest.
Where's the flowers?
But again, as I said, moving on back to that. Hold on, back to that. Don't get spiritual in nature. Hold on. Yes, he's the same. I had this bowl in my house, and it has these rocks, right? Because it reminds me of David. And this is how I slay the Goliath of doubt and fear and lack of faith. I look at these school stones, and on there are dates. I have dates written where God has done a specific. And so when I feel low in faith, I just go back and I just root the school stones just to remind me of what the Lord has done. It's kind of like in the Bible where they will name a place in the Bible and they would say, this is the place of this is the place of that, to remind them of what the Lord has done. And so I do that because, it's done for me. Like sport is not engaging, not regular life or entrepreneurial life, right? And so it it'll keep you right down. I got someone here too, like like for real. So it will do whatever it can do to get you into a place of submission. But I use the school stones to remind me that my life is to be submitted to God and God alone, despite what I see, despite what I'm going. And it is by faith, right? Like when Peter walked out on that water, so this would be and for as long as you don't take your eyes off God, you won't sink.
No. I want to feel like every month I'm like,
That was mean, you gotta be this close to God. Like,
literally, I'm not scared to share it with you guys because it's the reality of it. Like, I'm just thinking, like, oh, yeah. Oh,
so
yeah, no, I'm literally like, God, I know I came to last summer. And I thank God that, don't get me wrong, I thank God that.
Right.
Thank you, God, for waking me up. Like, just the simple things. Like,
Yeah.
thank you, God, for this breath. Like, like, thank you, God, for my health. Like, but beyond that, too, I'm also like, God, it's me. This month, I really don't know how I'm going to do it. You got it? Cool. Please. Yeah, because I had my hands up at this point, and literally, I've been cool. We figure it out every fucking thing. Yup, we sure do. Thank God, we this close. Yeah. Yeah. That's my home diaphragm. Oh, it's like, oh, no, you really, like, I don't think people should be so uptight about God or about anything. Like, I feel like you should just relax, take a deep breath, and just, that's my home diaphragm.
Well, see, the thing is, this is our father. So that's our daddy. And so, some people don't have good relationships with their biological father. And so they cast that on to their spiritual father. They do, and so they have this disjointed relationship, connected relationship with their earthly father. So they cast that on our heavenly father. And it's not fair because it's not the same. One said, I'm not a man, I can't lie. Two said, if I said it, so it shall be. And then so many other promises that he has in his word. And so if we act like God wants us to act and have faith as a child, right? Your daughter, tell her to jump in your arms, she might jump in your arms, but there was a time
she might give me a little hard time.
She might, but it was a time she would just jump.
Yeah.
See, because she fell a couple of times. That's what causes her to hesitate.
Yeah.
But from the first jump, before the first fall, she's jumping.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with us. If we have a relationship with God that we don't create this one thing that we do is we live in the tree of life, of good, the knowledge of good and evil, rather than the tree of life. And the tree of the knowledge of good and evil says, all of my evil keeps me from you. When God says no, through Jesus Christ, the blood, it brings you closer to me because I created you. Your number one purpose in life is to be in a relationship. I want you to be in a relationship with me. I want you. I created you.
Yeah.
Can you imagine your daughter going like this every time you come around?
Yeah, no. That
would break your heart. That would break your heart.
Yeah.
This is what we do to God. When we feel like you're so distant from him.
Yeah.
When every time all he wants is us to be with our hands up, like a kid, like
Yeah.
It's something that Sister Mary Ann Smith, I love her so much. She's one of my spiritual big sisters in prayer, in intercession prayer. She sent me this card, and it's something I'll never forget. She said, "Me plus God equals more than one." And so every month when you say, "God, we got this," because it's a partnership. Just like it's a partnership with you and the person that you want to hear, it's a partnership between you and God. His job is to be faithful, and your job is to help him. And it's to be obedient to what he said. And so that marriage of obedience and faith, God's faithfulness, brings you to God's purpose every day. Not every month, not every year, every day. Every second. And it's such a faith journey, and it's such a blessing to be able to say, God, I am in relationship with you. Whoa. You're in relationship with the God of the universe. Whoa. And you were in your mother's womb. You were in your mother's womb. Created you. And he created you fearfully and wonderfully made. And when he created you, he said, I want to be in a relationship with you. It's like, I always like this. Like, a guy seeing you on the street, when you see a guy on the street, and you're like, hey. You know, like, right. They look at you because they desire you. God desires you.
Yeah.
But some people think that because of our sin, that God wants us away, but he wants us close. And he says, I came But you may have life and life more personal.
Speaking of that, I feel like sometimes, I'm not going to say sometimes we tend to get closer about it, but I feel like sometimes we drift away to get, like, to go call God, like, to find Him. Does that make sense?
I feel like we do drift away.
Off, and then we go far off, and it's like, oh, snap.
But you remember though.
You remember, and then you're like, oh, wait, hold on, let me pray. Let me see. But yeah, like let me start to build that connection again.
Because you feel empty.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's kind of like that prodigal son, right? He went in, first of all, he was so damn he asked his father for his inheritance before he even died. Mad. He was like, "Want me the money that I'm supposed to get after you're gone? My inheritance. Be my portion." And then he went out partying and did whatever he had to do. He had all his friends when he had the money, all his friends was gone. Then he wound up eating with pigs. With pigs. He was saying, then he remembered, let me go back home. At least I can be a servant in my father's house. At least I can be close to him. But when he came back home, his father's arms were open wide. And every time we drift away, God's arms are still open wide. Even the person that's on drugs right now, God's arms are still open wide. Yeah. But they feel because they're trying to drown out their own pain, and they feel like God doesn't love them because of the things that they're doing and have done. But they don't realize God's arms are open wide for them. And a shop could be in the works for them too, you know. A hair salon, any type of business, it's not over just because of what you're going through right now.
No, it's not.
It's not over because of what you're going through right now.
No.
Your right now does not predict your future. Jeremiah 29:11 does. He says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, and they're good to give you a future and a hope." And so that is what we surround ourselves around. I'm so blessed to hear your story and those other details that I didn't hear.
I never shared it.
Wait, and I'm still trying to get past that comment. So what you said that again?
I'm telling you, like,
no,
that's God.
I'm like,
Telling you, that's God. I didn't have the money. I didn't know where the money was coming. But you know what? I realized when God blesses you with a vision, and I have a lot of visions. Like, I have a lot of visions for my life. I know exactly where my life is headed. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. I just don't know how I'm going to get there, but that's not our job.
Right.
We're not supposed to know how.
Right.
I wish I'm a Virgo. I don't know if that makes anybody feel like, ooh, like, but I feel like me being who I am and just our characteristics is like, oh, I need to find you know how. But I can't. It's not my job to know how or when or why. It's just I gotta just keep being faithful and just that's it. Like, we just gotta win it. That's it.
I'm going to show you my version of God's plan. I showed it to people all the time.
Yeah.
Because we have plans, right? And the Bible says, man plans and God does what? He acts.
Yeah.
He acts. So this is my version of God's plan.
Yeah, that's how it works.
I be like, I don't know if y'all can see this. I be like, that is God's plan.
That's really how it works.
All that squiggly lines right there. I don't know what he's doing.
I have a vision.
In it.
I had the vision. God don't give you vision for nothing. It's gonna happen, my vision. But the way I think the vision's gonna happen,
right,
it's probably not at all as how it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen just like your God's plan.
He all over the place. He's like, I'm here, I'm doing this and this. For as long as you're obedient, you'll be in this plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I be like, where am I at on the sweet line right here? And it doesn't even matter. Like, you're still on a journey that God is working. You know what I mean? And for as long as you hear his voice and have your ear to his mouth, then you'll be in the right path at that right time.
And just to your words keep triggering certain things for me. You said that. Just so you guys know as well, your loved ones will try to do you. It's not going to be the random dude off the street. It's not going to probably be the dude that just started dating either.
Right.
I'm serious. It's going to be someone of maybe your cousin that has been your best friend for 10 plus years. Mm-hmm. It's going to be your mom, your aunt, whatever. They're going to be the ones that's going to be telling you, oh, you can't do that. Oh, you thought you... No, just don't do that. That's not gonna work. Wow.
And the reason why they're doing it is because they're on the to die. And so therefore they're speaking to you from their broken. And I've had that. I've had that done. I've seen it done because somebody's broken dream was broken right in front of me. It was like first broken dream. I seen it. Literally, I was in a room where it happened. And then afterwards, I was doing an 8-week fitness program. And it was like, what makes you think somebody's working with your program? And when I tell you that one was like, ugh, this stabbed me because this person I admired. I looked up to. That's how it. And for them to say that, it wounded me. But then I had to hold on to God and say, God, this is what you do.
And tunnel vision is important.
Somebody said, oh, I was on a workshop earlier, and somebody said when they set a goal, they have tunnel vision. Oh, no. You can't get that. Oh, no. Wait, I need something. You need something.
Something function.
An iPhone charger. That's family.
I have one, but that's it, but it's not gonna go for.
Can it come over there?
It can. You can unplug it.
Well, let's see.
But we may have to pull just a little bit closer.
So we can pull it closer.
Oh, this doesn't need to.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes. Technology.
Yeah.
And you got energy. All right. So this has been so good. This has been so good. Now with this closer, we can see some common things. Wait, do you have your phone?
Yeah, I do.
Yes, what time is doing this? And maybe some questions that we can answer. Sure. So, earlier you mentioned mentors that you had. Mentor others.
No, I haven't been for. Well, I did like one over the years, and like I really like took her under my wing, and now she's like this full-time professional makeup artist that's on set and doing her thing. And she recently just told me, like, thank you so much for everything. You really inspired me and taught me a lot of stuff that I know today. And I was like, But as far as mentors, though, I did recently speak to Empire Business School Springfield. I did go there when I got my 4 years ago. And so I've been back at least twice to speak to the students. So the last time that I went, it was a really good group. So they were all like, "Oh, do you do mentor programs?" And I was like, "Not yet, but let me get you guys this information so that I can cook something up for y'all."
Okay.
So I'm hoping in September as well. We'll be doing that. We'll have a mentorship type program. So if anyone's interested, just reach out so I can add you to the list and we can get things started. Because what I had in mind to do is just like do like check-ins. But also like do some sort of like a subscription or something where, you know, you guys can benefit from all that I know.
Right.
And so that I can share with you guys as well. So some sort of subscription, something to, I don't know, I'm still figuring it out.
Right.
So yes, that is definitely something important for sure.
So now we have about, let's say, 6 minutes left, right? What is it that you would want to share with someone who has a dream that you had, or maybe a bigger dream? What advice would you give them as we are about to think about the advice you wish you would have had?
Don't listen to anybody telling you anything. Just listen to yourself and your feelings. That's really what I was trying to do. Like, of course, I've always been like happy, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, my closest loved ones are very important to me, so I listen to them too. So it's like one foot in, one foot out. You can't be like that,
Right.
with anything, with a relationship, with anything. So be all in on yourself.
Wow.
That's the levels. Locked in on what you got.
That's right. My pastor before he started the church and he was hearing God to start the church. He testifies about how, you know, this family is a close family is supporting. And he was like, "Oh, what? Oh, that's not."
Yeah.
Oh, open up church. Oh, you know.
But it's not their fault.
No.
Like, they don't know any better.
Right. You're like, and so, but I'm so glad that we got to listen to that voice. Because our church is, shout out City Philly, our church is amazing and it's built on the scripture that said they will know the love. They don't know how people like love they show off for another. When you come in, you just build love.
Yeah.
And it's been such a blessing to me and my family. And had he not opened the church, we could have been missing out on so many awesome relationships that we had. It's nothing that I say in here on the live that I believe Christine Kane said. It's that life moves at the speed of relationships. And I find that to be so true. I know, right? I was like, ever since I heard it, life moves at the speed of relationships. Exactly. So if Erica had not had a relationship with you, right, she would never accept me to you. I wouldn't have come to get my makeup done, and now we wouldn't be here today.
And you know what else? If I wasn't, and I told my mentees this, or my 2B mentees, you gotta be nice to everybody you come across.
You said that when I was here.
I said, yeah, okay. So I say this all the time. Because if I wasn't nice to Erica, or if she wasn't nice to me, we wouldn't even be here right now. This is her mother. This is a woman that's old enough to be my mom, because me and Erica are about the same age.
Right.
And it's just like, y'all gotta respect, you know, respect your peers, respect those that's younger than you, respect those that's older than you. Just treat others as you would want to treat.
That's the golden rule.
That's it.
I'm gonna tell you right now, had you been disrespected? Call Erica Reggie. Why did you send me? And then second of all, no, we will not be here.
I have a fit anyway. I would never ever let me. She just know. Like, I think I'm still fearful of my mom a little bit. So it's just like, no, this is my mom. This probably somebody. Nope. I mean, I'm not even gonna play those games.
But I'm so happy that you were nice. I'm so happy that you were kind. I'm so happy you were professional. And you did my makeup very well. Thank you so much. And I'm grateful for your story. And it's one thing, I love stories. I love hearing stories. I love telling stories. And I love sharing stories. And I also love giving people. One of the things is, we were talking about goals today, and we also talk about like things that we have like want to do. And we always have to have a why. And so I always say this, my why is your hope. So your hope is my why. And those that are watching, their hope is my why. That's the reason why I do the live. That's the reason why I believe stories need to be shared. Because somebody out there needs a message. Somebody. You know what I mean? If it's one person that says from a year from now, I watched this, I don't know, this random thing called Hope Something. And I saw these two ladies on there. It looks like they were in a shop or something. And they were talking about, how this lady's journey, how she opened up her shop and it took faith. And then she got this surprise money and after, applying for something. And I don't really know the details, but I have my shop today because of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I have. That's what it
I
is.
have mentors. I still have mentors that I look up to. I'm telling you about the guy that I went to confront him. I haven't had a conversation with him in probably a year. I know he's in Vegas doing his thing though. I mean, we comment when
And they're still successful.
Yes,
Right.
It's just like I still look up to him.
But see, here's the thing. It was like-mindedness, right, that joined y'all. And that's another thing. You know how the old folks say, if you lay down with dogs, you won't get up with fleas? Or birds of a feather flock together?
Mm-hmm.
You chose to flock with people that are successful.
Oh, I forgot to mention too. See, these little things you keep saying. So to furnish my shop as well, of course I bought a lot of stuff, but my mentor, this woman that used to be here, she was closing down her shop in Philly, so it was here next door to me.
Okay.
Everyone was giving me stuff. Even if it wasn't for free, like some of it was just like super discounted. Here, just get $2,500. Yeah, you can have all these things here. And I'm just like, I had like 2 or 3, like I said, Be Flashy. This is by Cheryl. She's now, I think, down the street.
Okay.
MXL gave me a couple things. Yeah, like I'm here because of the family and community of people that also instilled in me. I didn't know this lady.
Right.
The owner of the building is called and said, "Hey, I know this is a conflict of interest. Is it okay?" She's like, "Man, she has her own contacts. I have mine. She's good." And like up inviting me to her old shop, like, "Hey, girl, you want some free stuff? I'm telling you." So another little tip: don't be scared of competition because you don't have any competition.
No.
The only competition is yourself, and that's it. Anyone else around you uses motivation. That's all everyone around me was motivation. Look, they gave me stuff or super discounted stuff so I could get myself up and running and started. I'm here because of them too.
So it's a community. It takes a community, and it's the favorite part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you are highly favored. You are literally highly favored. You are highly favored. And then things just start pouring in. So I appreciate this story because sometimes I'll put it on pride and also being a single mom for so long, it's not easy to receive.
Always
It's easy to give, but it's not always easy to receive. And so I'm happy that we're in a place of humility enough to say, yes, I can receive.
Which is crazy because I went through a divorce too. So it's like, I was like 8 foot.
But God.
Put my heart up and received everything that I was had. And continuing still taking. Well, not taking. Receiving.
Yeah.
Receiving.
Well, again, I want to say thank you. Thank you for meeting us here on this hot day. Are you cool now?
I'm hot.
You still hot?
I'm still hot.
Oh my gosh. Yo, I came in, I said, how you feeling? She's hot. Okay. You got her fan now. All right, she's good. Thank y'all so much for watching on this pop-up version, this special edition of Homeless Breakfast Club. Normally, like I said, we're Saturday mornings, 8 a.m., Facebook Live. But today, because I really wanted her story to be told, I said, let's make a special edition and do it on the evening, and we'll just share it. And so I'm so grateful that you were blessed us with your story today. Would you mind playing us out?
Yeah.
And we grow here too. Ain't that right, Erica? We grow here, don't we? Doesn't yours?
Here.
Happy. Okay, we're not making announcement. Yeah, we have t-shirts we sell. And then 25 things. One of them says hope loading. This is not one of them. This is ambassadors. It is. This is for hope ambassadors. We did multi because they were only for hope ambassadors, but everybody really likes these shirts,
Okay.
and so I really need to get more made. But I can't get more made until some of the other ones have a phone. Also, hope loading is a blue, royal blue one. And then we have another one that says that by the power vested in me, I give you hope. And so those are the two t-shirts that we have. The reason why we're selling these t-shirts is to raise money for our Love Conference that's going to be in October 5th, at City Beach, Philly, 6814 Torresdale Avenue. It's a family-focused conference with the marriage being the foundation and God being our all in all. And so that is the reason why we're selling these t-shirts. I look forward to receiving my orders and your support. Thank you. Let's do this. Let's like, share, follow, comment, all those good things that you're supposed to do on social media, on all the platforms. Thank you so much. I love y'all. I love God. I thank you so much. Bless this place right here. What's the address of your shop?
2 North Chester Pike.
Yes. Come bless her with your business. She can do your hair.
Yes.
She can do your makeup.
Yes, I
Do you
can.
travel?
I do. I travel.
Okay. And she travel. And you rent space.
Yes,
It's
I
nice little
do.
space.
And we're hiring. We're hiring hairstylists, makeup artists, barbers, whatever you do, you're hiring.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. So
Any beauty service.
got that. Let's support.